Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got Cole up here with Keegan Wright and Dougie Fresh, Doug Olchazy. As of right now, I believe we got one viewer. Hopefully, get a few more viewers pretty soon. We got Skylar Janice on the mound. It's been a Black Sox for pretty much as long as I can remember. Probably about 2017, I believe, was his first stint with the Black Sox. He came down to Florida. He was 92, 94 that day. The first pitch is a strike here. He threw a few times. I believe he went up to a tryout. There's another guy named Brandon Soat, Soat. Him and Janice went to a tryout as the pitch is fouled off by Taylor Olmstead, who was a 13th round draft pick by the Texas Rangers. Skylar Janice was signed by the Joliet Slammers. He then won the championship in, I believe, 2017 with the Joliet Slammers. Was also a Joliet Slammer in 2018 as well. As he punches out the first guy. And Colin Miner throws it over Josh Rodriguez's head. But we're throwing it around here. Trevor McKinley throws it back to the shortstop here, and we got one down. Skylar Janice is wearing his Florence Yall's hat. He had a little stint with them this year so far. He went over the border with him with his San Diego Padres cleats. First pitch is a ball. For the Florence Yalls, I got a guy, Keegan Wright, sitting next to me. He's got a Florence Yall hat on too. Y'all crazy with that hat. As the baseball is hit up the middle, Derek Hurt with the first hit of the ball game. I think Derek Hurt is the hottest player in the league from the first game on. I could be wrong. Trevor McKinley also's found nothing but barrel. JaVale Barnes is a tough out. First pitch a strike from Janice. I feel Frank Podko and Skylar Janice have faced each other quite a few times over the years. Frank Podko's been around since, I believe, 2019. So 19, 20, 21, and then obviously 2022 now. Quick feet from Janice as he throws over to Slayton Vaughn. It's tough to throw it over his head. Ball's hit to right. Darrell McDade with a route that we wouldn't have expected him to catch it with, and tries to double him up at first. Safe at first, Derek Hurt. There's two down now. Coming up to the plate, Spencer Henn. Spencer Henn with the Jordan 11s on today. Always decides to have the swaggiest cleats in the game. First pitch a strike from Janice. Janice works fast, gets ahead of hitters. It's going to be a fun game to watch here. In the outfield, you got Trevor McKinley in left. You got, I believe, Cody Lovejoy in center and Darrell McDade in right. All have had time in the partnered leagues. Next pitch fouled off. Count is 0-2. Joel Paduglia is on deck. Former Wolfpac last year. Not really sure what he's doing over there with the stance and whatnot, but waiting on deck. Ball gets by, and Derek Hurt takes the base. It's a 1-2 count here. going back to the outfielders, they've all had time in the partnered leagues. Trevor McKinley and the ball is hit to left. Trevor McKinley's back, and he makes the catch at the top of the wall. Trevor McKinley's a stud. McKinley makes the catch. You got Trevor McKinley, who played in the Frontier a little bit. You got Cody Lovejoy, little Frontier League time, little Atlantic League time, a little bit of American Association time, including 2 homers in Fargo last year. And then Jarrell McDade had 2 stints in Lexington. That finishes the inning here. Here comes Courtney Mack after this commercial break. We are back here in the bottom half of the first. Trevor McKinley to lead off. We got Courtney Mack wearing number 6. I'm not really sure if it's due to Marcus Stroman or Marcus Stroman. We got Frank Podkul at third base here. Spencer Henn playing short. Christian Stanziano, one of my favorite guys out here, playing second base. Joan Paduglia at first. First pitch is swung at. McKinley caught by Derek Hurt. As they throw it around the infield, Frank Podkul pops it up to Spencer Henn, and Stans throws it back into the pitcher here. Derek Hurt with the catch in shallow left. Up comes Cody Lovejoy, wearing the Fargo Moorheads Red Hawks helmet. First pitch strike. Count is 0-2. Courtney Mack definitely looks a little more fine-tuned after an outing in the Atlantic League. He threw for the Genomes, actually against the Lexington Legends, I believe on July 4th. Count is 1-2 to Cody Lovejoy. As he hits him in the head. Courtney Mack went 5 innings actually against the Lexington Legends. He gave up 1 run in 5 as the first pitch is swung at. 2 down here. Courtney Mack has gotten ahead of all 3 hitters here, which is definitely better than I've seen in the past. You got Lugo behind the plate. Alex Lugo. He had a little time with the Chicago Dogs in the past. You got Frank Podkul, who has been in Joliet and also is in that series when we sent a bunch of guys over the border as Courtney Mack gets ahead. Frank Podkul played in the American Association for a series last year. Spencer Henn has had a few different opportunities, one in Southern Illinois last year in 2021. Ball's taken for a strike or for a ball in. I'm sorry. Joan Paduglia had a little stint with the Sussex County Miners. Slayton Vaughn goes around. Grounds one. Ooh, Kyle Barros almost makes a play. Coaching third base here. Fouled off here. Mike Mutner on deck, wearing number 44, grabs the baseball, tosses it into Wadi Almonte. Love to see it. Also love to see a few guys helping out with foul balls out here. Very surprised Felix Barreto's in attendance today. Doesn't necessarily look awake, but can't win them all. Tough call right there with a one-man crew today. Thought he could have went there. Another foul ball. Count remains 2-2. Ball is caught by Frank Palco to the end of the inning. Score remains 0-0 going into the top half of the second here. We'll be back after commercial break. Out comes Skylar Janice. We are back here in the top half of the second. Janice works fast in between innings. We have Joe and Paduglia up here leading off. As the first pitch is grounded to Mike Muttner to record the out. 1 down. Up comes Alex Lugo, left-handed hitter in the 6 hole today. On deck is Jim Kennedy wearing number 99. First pitch called strike. Up and away, ball 1. Strike 2 here. Waiting for the Janice Hezzy as he gets Alex Lugo to ground out to Wadi Almonte for 2 outs. Called strike. Strike 2 here to Jim Kennedy. Not really sure where that ball missed there, as it's 1-2 here to Jim Kennedy. There's the Hezzy. And foul ball. And strike 3 there from Skylar Janice ends the top half of the second. Going to the bottom of the second here as Courtney Mack makes his way to the field. All right, we're back here with Courtney Mack on the mound. We got Mike Muttner up as Kyle Barrows makes his way to the third base coaching box. Pitch is grounded to Spencer Henn as he's on the run, and he makes the play for out number one. Joan Baduglia with a good stretch there. Up comes Josh Rodriguez. First pitch, a called strike from Courtney Mack here. The count moves to 0-2 here against Josh Rodriguez. Josh Rodriguez spoils that one. The count moves to 1-2 after that ball in the left-handed batter's box. Ball hit pretty good to left. He gets enough. He hits it off the wall for a one-out double. Josh Rodriguez with a one-out double. Just gets enough over Derek Hurt's head as JaVale Barnes comes at the plate. Called strike here against JaVale Barnes as Jarrell McDade is on deck here. Swung on. Strike two. I believe JaVale Barnes just called time there. Caught third strike there. 2 outs. Courtney Mack definitely looks a little more confident here today after an outing in the Atlantic League, as he should, as everybody should when they come back from a partnered league. First pitch strike again. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's gotten ahead of every single hitter so far. Here comes the pitch. Ball up. The count improves to 1-1. Two one here. Swung on for a strike. As Courtney Mack records the strikeout to finish the side. Moving into the top half of the third as he jumps over the line. I guess that's one of his little routines he does in between innings. A little strange, but I guess, it's definitely worked for him last 2 innings here. So in comes Skylar Janice from the dugout as he gets his warm-up pitches here. As we start off the top of the third here, you got Anthony McDougal in the 8-hole today, squaring off against Skylar Janice. You got Christian Stanziano on deck. The score remains 0-0. Pitch down. 2-0 here to Anthony McDougal. Called strike. 2-1. Skylar Janice has thrown a whole lot of innings over the years. As the ball is popped up to right field. Jerome McDade makes the catch here for the first out. Skylar Janice was actually drafted in the 34th round in the 2011 MLB June amateur draft. Drafted out of high school. He first pitched a year in Salina in the Pecos League as he gets ahead of Christian Stanziano. He then pitched Joliet. Joliet 2019 was with me in Vallejo, California in the Pacific Association. PJ Phillips was his manager. Joe Torre was also on that roster as well. That was in the Pacific Association. Actually, I believe that was the last year of the Pacific Association. I think they were trying to do a few different things years after, but never really came about. So 2019, I believe the San Rafael Pacifics won that year. We had a few players come out of the Black Sox organization and also then played in the Yinzer League in 2020 that were on that roster. Zane Gelfman was a name that was around for a little bit. He ended up on that championship roster in the Pacific Association. Actually, I believe he hit a homer in one of the championship games as Christian Stanziano hits the ball over the shortstop's head for a one-out base hit. Skylar Janice was pitching for the Road Warrior Black Sox in 2020 in the COVID year that we had held here. We had two teams of our own, and the Washington Wild Things had two teams of their own, including one that was the Slammin' Sammies and the other was the Washington Wild Things. We had two teams, the Road Warrior Black Sox and the Brilliant Sox, as Skylar Janice gets ahead of Taylor Olmstead. Skylar Janice actually was 3-1 that year. Had a rough start in his first start, then ended up starting to cruise as it got going. Last year, he started off in the Yinzer and he threw for Winnipeg a few times last year, 2021. And so far, he's thrown in the Frontier League for two different teams this year, so thus far. Ball down, 1-1 here to Taylor Olmstead. Sweet swinging Olmstead. So both of these guys here facing off against one another have gotten drafted as Taylor Olmstead wins the at-bat for a one-out knock. Moves Christian Stanziano to second base. A little bit of speed on the base pass here as Derek Hurt comes up. I'm sorry, I almost said Derek Reddy. Derek Reddy was a player that has played for the Black Sox organization in the past. He finished the year with the Killer Bees at the end. Had a job in just about every league last year besides the Pioneer. Well, I mean, at least the leagues that matter. He had a job in the Frontier with the Washington Wild Things. He had a job with the Milwaukee Milkmen in the American Association, and then he also had a job with the Lexington Legends in the Atlantic League. Derek Reddy. Anyway, back to the game. We got Derek Hurt up as Skylar Janice does a little pick off to see what's up with Christian Stanziano at second base. Payoff pitch. Gets ahead of Derek Hurt for strike one as Derek Hurt fouls the ball off. Going back to that San Rafael Pacifics team, I vividly remember Skylar Janice throwing against them about 6-7 times that year. You got to have some good stuff facing a team, time after time after time to be able to continue to succeed and obviously keep those guys off balance and, keep your team ahead of that team, that's for sure. As the ball's in play, Derek Hurt flies out to the second baseman for out number 2. Good pitch there for Skylar Janice. Way to get in on his hands. I've watched Skylar Janice pitch over the years, and it's definitely something fun to watch. That's for sure. Up comes Frank Podkul, where they got on first and second and 2 down. First pitch, ball one to Frank Pockel. Scarlett Janice falls back to 2-0. One thing that I've noticed over the years with Scarlett Janice, I don't really see him fall back to 2-0 too often, that's for sure. 3-0 here, something I don't see often either. Called strike on the inside half. Frank Pockel about hits my car for a foul ball to left. Counts now 3-2 here. Big pitch here for Scarlett Janice. Scarlett Janice gets the backwards punchy here. Big pitch right there as we move into the bottom half of the third. We are back with the first pitch here as Wadi Almonte fouls the ball off against Courtney Mack. Like I said, getting ahead again for Courtney Mack. Looks good on him, that's for sure. So does number 6. Ball's out. 1-1 here. On deck, you got Trevor McKinley back to the top. It's a 0-0 ball game in the bottom half of the third here as the count's 1-1. Just in there or down, not really sure where that one was. From this angle, it looked a little bit in, but I thought it was a good pitch. 2-1. Wadi Almonte with a beautiful swing. Sweet swing in Almonte as he knows the defense and takes the bag against Derek Hurt. Slides in head first for a no-out double for Wadi Almonte. Up comes Trevor McKinley. definitely a big success to the Wolfpac. Wadi Almonte plays a great style of baseball. I love the way he plays the game. First pitch called strike for Courtney Mack. As Trevor McKinley hits the 0-1 fastball in the 4-3 hole for a base hit and an RBI single, scoring Wadi Almonte. That was a quick run there from the Wolfpac as they get the first run of the ball game. If I was a betting man, I think Trevor McKinley tries to take the bag here. And he safe as Alex Lugo throws the ball into center field, and Trevor McKinley gets the third base. The game looked very slow to Trevor McKinley there, if you ask me. That was the first ball for a first pitch for Courtney Mack. It's pretty good. 10 for 11. Ball hit up the middle. Spencer Henn gets it. Gets the out there as Trevor McKinley scores. Cody Lovejoy with an RBI. Love to see it. Up comes Colin Miner. The score is now 2-0 Wolfpac. Ball one. Ball two here to Colin Miner. 2-0 count. Each team has 3 hits. I believe that was a cutter there. Courtney Mack has had a little cutter in his arsenal of pitches in the last couple of years. Definitely something that I like watching him when he throws it well. Gets a lot of swing and misses or rollover or weak contact. As the ball is fouled into the third base dugout here. The count is now 2-2. Ball fouled off. Count remains 2-2. Still remains 2s. As he tries to throw the fastball in on him. In these lineups, actually, today we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the 9 in the Road Warrior Black Sox lineup has played in a partner league, as the out number 2 is recorded, fly ball to left field off of Colin Miner's bat against Courtney Mack. And in the Wolfpac lineup, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 of the 9 that have played in a partner league as well. So 7. You got 13 of the 18 guys in both lineups has played in the partner league. Not to mention both pitchers have pitched in the partner league. As the first pitch is called strike against Slayton Vaughn. Slayton Vaughn rolls one into Spencer Hen, and he makes the play for out number 3. The score is now 2-0 Wolfpac going into the top half of the 4th as Kyle Barrows makes his way over to the first base dugout. Good little trot there. I'm not really sure if it was, but going into the top half of the 4th. And we are back here going into the top half of the 4th. Skylar Janice still on the mound. Matching from head to about knee, because once you get toward his cleats, he's not necessarily matching, but that's all right. Definitely plays for him. First pitch swung at by Spencer Hen. Called strike 1 here. Skylar Janice, like I said, gets ahead early, stays ahead. Got 4 or 5 pitches he works with. I've seen Skylar Janice pitch in a good amount of leagues. I've seen Skylar Janice pitch in men's leagues. I've seen him throw in 25-degree weather league, a playoff game in a men's league in Staten Island. We were actually Doug Olchazy was there, who's actually here right now. He's doing the scoreboard. Pitch is strike 2 there. Skylar Janice blows one by Spencer Hen. Anyway, going back to that Staten Island men's league, we were in a I believe, actually semifinal game. Balls hit to Cody Lovejoy's center for out number 1. And we were in a semifinal game. Skylar Janice threw, and there was actually an ex-AA Yankee who was throwing against us. He was a left-handed pitcher. He was anywhere from 92, 94. He was punching all of our guys out. But back to Skylar Janice, I believe he threw about 14 innings, and I think Doug Olchazy ended up coming into the game afterwards. Janice threw 14. I think he punched out like 20-something hitters. And, I mean, honestly, it was one of the best pitching performances I've ever seen. As the first pitch is called a strike against Joe Paduglia, who swung at the first pitch in the first at-bat, which doesn't necessarily happen all too much, so that's why I made sure I brought that up again. Misses away as he throws it from behind his head. Skylar Janice, very, very, very repeatable mechanics. Doesn't necessarily put much stress on the arm. As he gets in and the umpire freezes himself. Wow. Such a good pitch, the umpire didn't even know it. He just shook his head yes or no. Not really sure what he was doing over there, but that's okay. It's all right. Got a 2-1 count here with 1 out, even though Doug Olchese has 0 on the board. And the pitch is popped up to as a foul ball, 2-2. Proves the 2-2 there. The ball was up for a while, but Trevor McKinley was shifted over. I think it was about even with second base there. The count is now 2-2 with 1 out. Wolfpac still up 2-0. Wow. Another freeze from the umpire. The count improves to 3-2, or moves to 3-2. Not really sure. Wow, fair ball. Fair ball. Wow. Ground rule double from Joe Paduglia. 1 out in the top half of the fourth. Well, not to be a pitcher, but don't like to see hitters get rewarded after punching out, looking twice, but it is what it is. Joe Paduglia with a 1 out double. Big swing by Joe Paduglia. As the Roll Warrior Black Sox have 3 lefties in a row. You got Impaduglia, Lugo, Joe Kennedy afterwards. I'm sorry, Jim Kennedy. I'm sorry. I believe Joe Kennedy was a big leaguer. I could be wrong. Called strike against Alex Lugo here. Ball's right behind Colin Miner. Janice gets the swing and miss. The count's now 0-2. Fastball up, misses 1-2. Infield's all playing in. You got the middle, you got the corners. They're all in. Janice has enough pitches to where he can definitely keep the ball down on the ground or record the punchy. The count is now 2-2. I'm sorry. Doesn't remain 1-2. Ball is just over the head of the playing in Wadi Almonte for a base hit. Nothing you could do there. Skylar Janice won that one there, but it is what it is. Sometimes you don't necessarily get rewarded for it. There's some rain in here. Some rain down in the Washington, Pennsylvania area. Called strike 0-1. Swung on from Jim Kennedy. Count is now 0-2. Sorry, that was my Janice steps off. Water that just fell. It was empty, so fortunately we didn't lose out on any water. Ball up. Count is now 1-2. 2-2 here. Skylar Janice looking to get a ground ball here from Jim Kennedy. The count is now 3-2. Skylar Janice looks like maybe a little bit of trouble with the rain. I could definitely seeing him pitch out of it though. Ball 4 there. Called strike. Janice with the first pitch strike there against Anthony McDougal. Swung on, strike 2 there. Count is now 1-2. Called strike. Janice gets the backwards punchy against Anthony McDougal. Up comes Christian Stanziano with 2 outs. The score is 1-2-1. Wolfpac, I'm sorry. I'm going to say the higher number than the lower number. On deck is the dangerous Taylor Olmstead. First pitch up, ball 1. Janice trying to get a breaking ball over. Fouled off by Christian Stanziano. The count is now 1-1. Fouled off by Stanziano, wearing number 9. The count's now 1-2. Kyle runs over there and gets it for us. Appreciate that. Number 11. Ball's hit pretty good to right, and wow. Jarrell McDade playing in a perfect position for Christian Stanziano as he catches that line drive to right. Very good swing by Christian Stanziano. Very good flow out of Christian Stanziano as well as we move into the bottom half of the 4th. The score is 2-1 Wolfpac. Here we are in the bottom half of the fourth. We got Courtney Mack working fast, and Mike Muntner tries to bunt one down the first base line. Courtney Mack gets another first pitch strike out of it. Spectacular. Next pitch called ball. Counts now 1-1 here to Mike Muntner. Another ball here. Counts 2-1. Got Joe Bellardi coaching first. Kyle Barrows at third. You got Frank the Tank Podkol. He was actually a basketball player in high school as well. Seen him do some stuff on the court that I never would have expected, that's for sure. But he's from Gary, Indiana, so basketball is definitely a sport that they play over there. Ball 4. Mike Muntner gets a leadoff walk. Leadoff walks definitely score more than they don't, that's for sure. I believe the rate is 70%. I could be wrong. Google could be right. Up comes Josh Rodriguez. On deck is Javel Barnes. I love that they just snuck Javel Barnes down in the order. Could get him some fastballs, especially for guys that don't necessarily know who's coming up to hit. I'm sure Courtney Mack doesn't even necessarily know who's coming up to hit. He just sees glove, hits glove, sees what number Alex Lugo is asking for, and just throws it down the middle. There it is. As the pitch is 1-1 here, but he's got some great stuff, that's for sure. Sometimes less thinking is the best for pitchers, that's for sure. So I don't blame it. 1-1 here. We got Doug Olchese in the press box with glasses on. Like I said, inside with glasses. Counts 1-1 here. Called strike on the outside half. Road Warrior Black Sox have two very good catchers with Alex Lugo and Yuta Okazaka. I'm a big fan of watching both of those guys play. Alex Lugo is a left-handed hitter. Yuta is from the right side. I would say Yuta. Ooh, good miss there. Count moves to 2-2. I would say Yuta is better defensively. I've seen him have some professional at-bats as of late as well. So definitely not saying his offense isn't there, because the offense has been looking the best I've ever seen him. As the runner goes, called strike or swung strike, and Mike Muntner gets the bag. 1 out. Javel Barnes comes up with a runner in scoring position. Number 1, Javel Barnes, I would say, is probably the most athletic in the league. If there was a 6th tool, I would say he definitely has it, but he has all 5. That's for sure. He could throw it. He could run it down. Hits for average. He's got a little bit of pop. He could definitely go and get the baseball too. Called strike, unless I said run it down already. But he could do all 5, that's for sure. And he's got wheels. Courtney Mack. Very impressed with today, actually. Very impressed. 1-1 here. Gets a little taste in the Atlantic League on July 4th, you know? Make you feel yourself a little bit. As Felix Barreto is looking down at his phone with terrible posture. The count's 1-1. 2-1 here. Tries to bunt. Not sure if it was a called strike or if the bat was still out, but good pitch. Counts now 2-2. Ooh, very good pitch out of Courtney Mack. Wow. Not sure if that was his cutter or a slider, but that thing was nasty. Gets the punch out. Very big out there for Courtney Mack. With 2 outs now, Jarrell McDade comes to the plate. Not sure who called time there, but here we go. Sun's out here in Washington. Might have been a little sun shower earlier. Called strike. I would have said we needed it, but we have an all-turf field here in Washington. Gets ahead of another hitter here for Courtney Mack. Gotta love it. Courtney Mack with a pop-up from Jarrell McDade. The ball goes foul and hits my house in 2020. I lived in the locker room. Nice little air mattress until it went flat and pretty much just called it a yoga mat at that point. Counts 0-2. Ooh, good pitch there for Courtney Mack. Counts 1-2 here. I would not be surprised if Frank Podko comes into this game to pitch. He's been talking awfully a lot about that as of late. Frank was a high school pitcher in his past. I think he pitched a little in college as the ball is just up. Courtney Mack, it's 2-2 here. 2-2-2. We got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We got 2 runs out of the Wolfpac. Fortunately, both teams have more than 2 hits here. Ball's fouled off, so still 2s all around. Courtney Mack has actually produced 2 zeros, so that's another 2 there. Doug Olchese has 2 pairs of glasses on. That's another 2. Ball's fouled off. Still 2s around. It's 11-11 here on the East Coast. Go ahead and make your wishes or whatever you decide to do with the 11-11. Ball's out for 3-2. Big pitch here. Definitely wouldn't want to face Wadi Almonte with guys on first and second and 2 down. Much rather try to get the out here. But Jerome McDade's been hot as of late. I think he has 3 homers in the last 3 games. As the ball's hitting up in the air to shallow left as Derek Hurt does not make the play. Ball's down. Jerome McDade gets to second base. Joan Bedulia makes his way over there, and he keeps the ball in front of him as he looks like he tried to slide into second base as well. Not sure if they were trying to race to see who would slide and get there safe first, but still 2 down with nobody on, and the Wolfpac get an extra run there, a little insurance run there. The score is now 3-1, Wolfpac. First pitch swung out by Wadi Almonte, And Derek Hurt makes the play. Phew. Wow. He had to make 2 plays like that in a matter of not even a minute. Courtney Mack runs off the mound, and we are moving into the top half of the 5th with Skylar Janice coming back onto the field. I could see Skylar Janice going complete here. We are back here, the top half of the 5th. Taylor Olmstead's coming up. Skylar Janice hands overhead for a first pitch ball. Taylor Olmstead shows bunt, draws in Josh Rodriguez. Slayton Vaughn just, stayed put. Janice will probably get that ball on the first base side, I'm sure. Janice, former shortstop, who's actually drafted by the Yankees as a shortstop, could definitely field his position on the mound, that's for sure. I've actually seen Janice, we don't recommend all pitchers doing this one, but I've seen Janice take some ground balls in the past. Actually, you know what? I've seen Janice take ground balls in the past in a right scenario. Time in the fall, Janice and I were in New Jersey with Joe. He and I threw a good amount in the fall men's leagues with Joe. And I've seen Janice take some ground balls there. I hit him ground balls over there, and he definitely looked the part. He looks as if he's done it once or twice. Honestly, looks as if he's better than some guys out here as well. As the pitch comes in, ball 4 here. Leadoff walk for Taylor Olmstead. I believe the leadoff walk and came around and scored that last inning, I believe. Let's see if Janice can defeat the odds here. First pitch strike, Skylar Janice against Derek Hurt.
As it happens, Cole, Janice has an inning at third base this year against Quebec and has an AB, which he got walked in on a full count. Fouled 2 balls off.
Coming from Keegan Wright there. He was a teammate of Skylar Janice's in not only here in the Yinzer, but also with the Florence Y'alls under Brian White, who's come down to Florida year after year and has helped out this Black Sox organization. Brian White has a good amount of players from this organization. The count is 0-2. Step off as he should. And he gets the leadoff walk picked off. Taylor Olmstead picked off at first base. Janice gets the easy toss over to first base as Slayton Vaughn looked like he almost tackled Taylor Olmstead. No, I'm playing. Slayton Vaughn is 6'7", looks like he could play just about every position on the football field, so that's why I made sure I said that one. But the count's 0-2 here. Keegan Wright mentioned that Skylar Janice. Ooh. Wow, he just fooled me there. Strike 3 for Skylar Janice. Skylar Janice is a little hezzy again. Seen him do that quite a few times. 2 out, nobody on. Here comes Frank Podkul. The score is 3-1 Wolfpac. There's 5 hits for the guest team, Road Warrior Black Sox, and 4 hits from the Wolfpac. But it's not necessarily about the hits sometimes. It's about scoring runs. Joe mentions ball 1 there for Skylar Janice against Frank Podkul. Joe mentions there needs to be more guys that want to score, and he's absolutely right. That's how you win baseball games anyway. Going back to the Skylar Janice playing the field. Whoa. And called strike there. 1-1. I think that's a new one from Skylar Janice. I've actually never seen him do that one before. Anyway, going back to the Canadian series, he ended up playing third base one game for the Florence Y'alls, which I believe 100% because he's done it once or twice before. Janice does the Johnny Cueto, and he gets Frank Podkul to pop up to right. Ends the top half of the 5th there. That was a beautiful inning for Skylar Janice. Yes, he walked the leadoff guy, got him picked off with 0-2, punched out the next guy. I think it was about 3 pitches there to Frank Podkul to record that next out there. Going into the bottom half of the 5th here, Courtney Mack makes his way, does a little tumble over the line there. We will be back. We are back here in the bottom half of the 5th. The score is 3-1 Wolfpac as Trevor McKinley leads off the inning. I think Trevor McKinley has 0 hits today. That means there's definitely a hit coming. Oh, he does have one. I'm sorry. It counts 2-0. Trevor McKinley was actually a pitcher only. I think I mentioned this yesterday in college at Nicholls State. Tell you what, I'm glad he made his way hitting because definitely the top left-handed hitter in the league. That's for sure. I could see him succeeding at multiple levels with the swing that he has. Very short, very easy, very repeatable. Draws another leadoff walk. Up comes Cody Lovejoy. Cody Lovejoy. What a guy. Throws over. Trevor McKinley safe at first base. Very sweet swing from Trevor McKinley. No, I didn't want to forget. I was going to say that earlier. As he tries to take the bag, pitches up, and safe. Safe Trevor McKinley. Ball 1 to Cody Lovejoy. See, now this is a situation here where 9 times out of 10, maybe even 10 times out of 10, where I know the Wolfpack are going to score, where you got a hitters count in Cody Lovejoy, and you got a runner in scoring position with less than 2 down. Sometimes that's all a pitcher has to do. Just keep the guy honest. Swung on, fouled off by Cody Lovejoy. If I was Lugo, I'd try to keep going in, try to induce a ground ball to Cody Lovejoy to keep Trevor McKinley at second. The pitch can be executed, or just set up away and there it is, strike. Called strike 1 and 2. Like I said earlier, Utah Ogazaka is very good behind the plate, knows how to call a game. Definitely something I would love to see Alex Lugo get better with, as he can do a little bit of damage from the left side and has a decent arm. Pitch is called strike 3, and Trevor McKinley takes the bag after the called strike. Wow. That was fun to watch right there for Trevor McKinley. It's good stuff right there. I feel like I've seen him do that a few times this year. So guy on third with 1 out as Colin Minor's up. First pitch swung at, hit to Spencer Henn as wow, and he makes the play there at home. Throws one down. Lugo catches it, tags out Trevor McKinley. That ball was hit so hard that he was able to make the play there. Wow. Impressed pretty good there. I'm definitely impressed with that. 2 down. There's a scenario in itself right there, as I said. That leadoff walk usually scores. Right there, they lucked out. But there's still 2 down with Slayton Vaughn up and a guy on first. First pitch called strike. Well, with how the Wolfpack can move, I don't see why Colin Miner wouldn't try to get a bag. He's definitely somebody that doesn't get many bags on that team, but you never know. Up 1-1. Slayton Vaughn had a little time in the Pioneer League, which is a partnered league to the MLB. Pioneer League was actually a former affiliate of all league where a lot of guys had played in. I'm talking a lot of big league names that played in the Pioneer League when they were affiliate of ball, of course. Now it's independent ball. And Joe Torre got some games this tour where we've gone to the West in the past. We played the Pacific Association over there when this year was definitely a treat to us. We went all the way out to the Pioneer League as Slayton Vaughn pops the ball up to the shortstop, Spencer Henn, and he makes the play to finish the side there. Going back to the Pioneer, we ended up making our way over there, and we had some success over there. A lot of success over there. Honestly, if we wouldn't have had to roll some innings, we would have scored 30 if that was, if that wouldn't have happened. But we ended up beating Missoula. We beat Billings. 10-run ruled both of them. If there wasn't any rolled innings, but it was a good time. Ball was definitely the elevation definitely helped out there for a lot of guys. I'm sure it still does right now because those scores are some football scores right now. So if you need arms, we have. That's for sure. Going into the top half of the 6th with Skylar Janice still on the mound. Skylar Janice still in the game in the top half of the sixth. First pitch ball. Spencer Henn leads off the inning as he goes overhead. Next pitch hit up in the air to left, deep left. Spencer Henn gets all of it for a leadoff home run. Spencer Henn with the leadoff homer. Wow. I'm pretty sure Spencer Henn hit a homer off Janice in Florida as well in our spring training that we have down there. The score is 3-2 Wolfpac now after that leadoff home run from Spencer Henn. Well, that goes to show you how important that pitch was to Frank Pogba. It goes to show you how important it was to pick off Taylor Olmstead earlier in the top half of the fifth. Because if he would have done that with runners on, Wolfpac could be down a little now. First pitch strike to Joan Paduglia. Ball hit up in the air. Joan Paduglia hits one over the scoreboard. Spencer Henn and Joan Paduglia go back-to-back like Copa Melis' Summers here in Washington, Pennsylvania. Wow. Big Joe enters the game with a homer. That is beautiful. Wow. I believe that's his first homer of the year. Up comes Alex Lugo. Score is tied now, 3-3. First pitch strike from Janice to Alex Lugo. Now that was nice right there, that breaking ball. I haven't seen him throw one of those for a while. Next pitch, called strike. Skylar Janice has got a curveball. He's also got a slider. He's been using the slider as of late. I remember that slow breaking ball, the slow curveball every once in a while in 2019 that he would throw. Next pitch fouled off by Alex Lugo. Skylar Janice working fast. I love the pace. Count still 0-2 here. Oh, good pitch in. But Janice knows his hitters. He knows he doesn't necessarily need to throw that slow breaking ball sometimes. He could just stick to the heater. He could stick to that slider. He could stick to the changeup. He could stick to him doing some hesitation stuff every once in a while with plays, that's for sure. That was the slider there that missed slightly up. Alex Lugo got to it. He fouled it off to left field. The Road Warrior Black Sox could hit. They definitely could hit. Ball away. Counts 2-2 here. Three-two. Payoff pitch. Ooh, ball four. Good pitch. Alex Lugo check swung there. Out comes Kyle Barros after back-to-back homers and a walk. Do not blame him. Skylar Janice's pitch count's definitely raising, but Janice takes care of himself. Janice is the horse. I've seen, like I said earlier in this broadcast, I said Janice has thrown 14 innings in a game, in a men's league game in October, I believe. Could have been November. Actually, it was November. So Joe and I played 2019 from January all the way to November. And Joe's done that for year after year after year. Goes to show you why he's able to roll out of bed and do what he can. Because I'll tell you what, he's definitely one of the top infielders here defensively. That's it. Is the top infielder here as the ball is fouled off. Count moves to 1-1 here for Jim Kennedy. Jim Kennedy's been around for a while, at least in the Black Sox organization. He has played numerous of men's league games for Joe's brother AJ. Pitch here, called strike. Janice wins the 1-1. It's 1-2. Jim Kennedy's from that Jersey area. Jersey, New York area, I believe. I'm sorry, I'm not necessarily sure which one it is. With that beard, it could be New York. As the ball is hit to left, and Jim Kennedy hits it out on a line to left field. Hits a 2-run homer to left. Wow. Wow. That ball was hit pretty good there. The score is now 5-3, Road Warrior Black Sox. Jim Kennedy hits one on a line that just snuck over the fence there. This is Nate Thompson here. I believe he's pinch hitting for Anthony McDougal as he swings at the second pitch there as a 1-1 count. As Christian Sanziano is on deck. Ball is up. 2-1 here. Nate Thompson versus Skylar Jennings. Swung on. Wadi Almonte. Nate Thompson gets on by a no-out error by Wadi Almonte. Nate Thompson has had a little time with the Lexington Legends this year. Up comes Christian Stanziano, who's had 2 barrels today. Swing through the first pitch, strike 1. I believe that would have been a called strike. Next pitch, strike 2. The Road Warrior Black Sox have scored 4 runs in this inning thus far, including 3 homers. Stanziano, line drive to right. Jerome McDade cuts it off. Thompson moves to third. Stanziano has not 1, not 2, but 3 barrels today. Out comes Kyle Barrows. Bring it in. Waiting to see who they're bringing in here. Not really sure. And here comes Nick Hoyt. Number 54, Nick Hoyt. I'll tell you what, Nick Hoyt got one of the top smiles out here, that's for sure. Nick Hoyt looks like he's going to come in to try to disrupt some timing for this top of the lineup for the Road Warrior Black Sox with Taylor Olmstead, Derek Hurt, Frank Podkul, Spencer Henn, Joel Paduglia, who just homered this inning. Alex Lugito. You got sweet swinging Jim Kennedy, who just homered. The score is 5-3. Road Warrior Black Sox have 9 hits. They got 9 hits off of Skylar Janice. But Skylar Janice tends to give up hits. He definitely escapes jams. I'd much rather hits before walks. That's for sure. We'll be back here in a second. All right. My apologies. Sorry about that. The count is 2-0 here. Nick Hoyt comes into the game. I think he just threw one away as Nate Thompson comes in to score. Christian Stanziano moves to second base with a 2-0 count. Stanziano on second as Taylor Olmstead's swinging it. Called ball. Counts 3-0 to Taylor Olmstead. 3-1 to Olmstead. Oh, ground ball from Olmstead. Wadi Almonte makes the play as Slayton Vaughn throws a third. Ooh, Josh Rodriguez kept it in front of him. That's always beautiful. Hey, don't count these Wolfpac guys out. That's for sure. These guys are stuck in every single game so far this year. Nick Hoyt records his first out. Good job. Good job, Hoyt. Up comes Derek Hurt. Try to keep the ball down here for Hurt, hopefully getting himself a ground ball. Up in the air to right field. Jarrell McDade in shallow. Throws the ball home. Stanziano does not come in as Nick Hoyt gets a first pitch out there from Derek Hurt. And here comes Frank Podkul as he takes a golf swing on deck. I believe he's played some golf on his off days. Ball 1 against Frank the Tank Podkul. Ball's hit to right. Frank gets himself a 2-out RBI double. Looked like he could have stretched it to 3, but Frank has played a lot of baseball over the last couple of days. They've had double headers, I believe, back-to-back days. And they're playing again here. I think Christian Stanziano mentioned 6 games in 4 days or something like that, which It's always pretty good. Frank's played just about every inning of those games. I know he DH'd yesterday. Not only is he playing, but he's also doing managing. So as Nick Hoyt throws the knuckleball over for a strike. Swung on strike 2 from Nick Hoyt as he throws his knuckleball over again. We're at number 54. Go a little pace on her. Road Warrior Black Sox have 10 hits in this contest. Ooh, tries to blow one by him. Counts 1 and 2. And Spencer Henn hits it to left. Wow, Trevor McKinley makes the play to left. Spencer Henn lines out to the left fielder. Trevor McKinley played perfectly against Spencer Henn. And out comes Courtney Mack for the bottom half of the 6th. All right, and here we are in the bottom half of the 6th with Courtney Mack still in the game. We got Mike Muttner up. Other news around independent ball, we actually had the American Association Home Run Derby yesterday. We had Keon Barnum from the Milwaukee Milkmen, who was with the Lexington Legends last year. Keon Barnum, I believe, in 2019, led the American Association in home runs. He won a championship last year with PJ Phillips. You had John Silviano, who's a guy that I've played with in the past. I've also called a ball there, 1-1 to Mike Muttner. I apologize. John Silviano and I played in the past. We played growing up, and he was drafted by the Marlins. I'm sorry. He was drafted by the Blue Jays. Went back to college after he was released because he was still under 21. Hit 30-plus home runs and then drafted again by the Marlins. He then has played in the American Association for a few years. He played it with St. Paul when they were still around in an independent ball team. As Courtney Mack gets a leadoff walk again for Mike Muttner. Up comes John Anton. Jarrett Anton, I'm sorry. I was thinking about John Anton, a catcher that we've had in the past as well. Jarrett Anton, left-handed hitter, is pinch hitting with a guy on first base. Going back to the home run derby here in the American Association, you have Jabari Henry, who's been in the league for a while. First pitch called strike for Courtney Mack. You have David Thompson, who's with the Kansas City Monarchs. That lineup is pretty scary to look at day in and day out. David Thompson is, I believe, he has the most homers in all of high school baseball in Florida. I remember back I don't know about now, but in 2012 he did. Definitely somebody I remember back in the day. And then the hometown hero, Casey Hobson, he was representing the Chicago Dogs at Impact Field. Ball's hit by Jared Anton on an 0-2 pitch. Wow, Taylor Olmstead makes the play. Looks like Olmstead's done that once or twice in other sports, maybe football in the past, as he records the first out. That was beautiful. Up comes Tommy Blood, the man, Tommy Blood. Fortunately, we saved him out of the Southern Shores, which is like I don't even know, high school collegiate summer league thing that they promised they'd sign guys, and I don't know. Anyway, hits the ball to Spencer Henn as he records the double play. Spencer Henn catches it as he's on the bag and throws it over the first to retire the side. Tommy Blood rolls over into a 6-3 double play. Going into the bottom half of the sixth here. I'm sorry, going into the top half of the seventh here. Road Warrior Black Sox are up 7-3. We'll be back. And we are back. I apologize for the delay. The count's now 3-1 to Joe and Paduglia. You got Nick Hoyt on the mound again, wearing number 54. That's a pitcher's number, as a matter of fact. I like it. Ooh, takes ball up, ball 4 here. Nick Hoyt has to move into the stretch with a guy on first base and nobody out. Up comes Alex Lugo. I know Alex Lugo has some pretty fast hands. He could definitely hit a little bit faster pitching here. With Nick Hoyt, might be able to disrupt him. Called strike on the outside half. You got a new arm warming up with the Road Warrior Black Sox. I believe his name is R.J. Navarro, left-handed pitcher. He's from California. He was in the Southern Shores League as well, where Tommy Blood was last year. Joan Paduglia takes off and gets the bag. Colin Miner decides to hold it there. Guy on second base with a 1-1 count here. Alex Lugo swings at it, fouls it off to the left side. Kyle Robinson protecting his newly acquired left-handed pitcher, Navarro. Tosses the ball in to Sanders. Sanders then tosses the ball into Jim Kennedy. Jim Kennedy then tosses the ball into Tommy Blood. Swung on, ground to the second base. Mike Munder makes the play at first, moves over Joe and Paduglia. The Rollwear Black Sox are looking to add in another run, as they should. I don't blame them. I'd add in as many runs as possible in this league. Swung on. Nick Hoyt gets the first pitch strike there. The count's 1-1 to Jim Kennedy, who hit a homer in his last at-bat on a line to left. Ooh. Gets in there. Boy, Nick Hoyt. See you. Look at a little personality on the mound. I love it. Looks great. Does he do the job? Out at home plate. Mike Muttner gets him at home plate there. Jim Kennedy, it was not enough with the ground ball. Up comes Nate Thompson, the guy on first base. He pitched hit earlier in the game for Anthony McDougal. First pitch called ball. Nate Thompson was in that Yinzer league in 2020 where he played under P.J. Phillips, who was the manager of the Brilliant Sox that year. Ball is called a ball. Sorry, pitch is called a ball. 3-0 here to Nate Thompson. Going back to Nate Thompson playing under P.J. Phillips, he ended up playing under P.J. Phillips again now in the Atlantic League, but I'm sure it was due to the success that he had in 2020 for the Brilliant Sox that year where we were playing against the Slam and Sammies as he swings at the 3-0 pitch there. Had some success there with the Brilliant Sox under PJ. Another ball called strike there. Counts now 3-2. Oh, Nick Hoyt gets himself the ground ball as Nate Thompson rolls over to second base for a 4-3 going into the bottom half of the seventh with the Road Warrior Black Sox up 7-3. In comes the new lefty. Ready to see it. And up comes Jarrell McDade with nobody on as RJ Navarro steps up. First pitch called strike. I believe it was a breaking ball. Next pitch swung on, hit to Frank Podkel. Frankie P throws it across the diamond, records out number 1. Coming up, Wadi Almonte. Navarro records his first out in the Yinzer Baseball Confederacy League. Next pitch, up. Ball 1. Called strike. 1-1 here to Wadi Almonte. With 1 out, Road Warrior Black Sox are still up 7-3. Next pitch, strike 2, breaking ball. The count's now 2-2 here. Misses up and in. Ball is fouled back. It's still 2-2. I'm sorry. I believe he had 2 strikes on the hitter right before that. Misses with the breaking ball down. Count's now full. Unfortunately for game 2, I will not be up here in the press. I have to coach the game. I'll be the short guy with the really high pants. I feel like it makes me appear taller. Probably doesn't, but, sometimes in life you got to battle. As Wadi Almonte hits a ball up the middle, diving Christian Sanziano doesn't necessarily come up with it. Olmsted throws it in for a 1 out. Bottom of the 7th knock for Wadi Almonte. Up comes the dangerous Trevor McKinley. And on deck is Cody Lovejoy. Called strike there. I'm sorry, I'm just now seeing some of these comments here. As the ball is it's now 1-1 here. I honestly think that going based off of tools, I can measure one of the best athletes. I never said he was the best athlete. I'm saying he was one of the best athletes. Talking about Javel Barnes, he definitely has the most tools. I would say there's some other guys in this league that are very, very athletic, but Javel Barnes has shown me, not only has he shown me an arm, he's shown me speed, he's shown me he can go and run the baseball down at all 3 positions in the outfield. He showed me he could hit for power, he showed me he could hit for contact. I would say he's not necessarily the best player in the league, but definitely has tools that I could talk about for sure. As there is a called strike there to Trevor McKinley, as he thought he was going to walk there. The count's now full with 1 out, guy on first base. Grounded to Stanziano. Stanziano throws it to ball game. 4-6-3 to end the game for Navarro. Wow. That's a good first appearance for RJ Navarro, number 5. It's good stuff right there as the Road Warrior Black Sox take the win 7-3 over the Wolfpac. Where Black Sox had 10 hits, Wolfpac had 5. We'll be back for game 2. There he is. Joe Torre decides to chime in. Gotta love it. Does he have any feel? Yeah, actually, he came up to me yesterday and said, "Hey, man, we have any beef? You haven't dapped me up." I said, "No. I said I'm just getting ready for my game." But no, definitely a young guy to have. I love having around. That's for sure. Going to get ready for the game here. We'll be back. That game was only 2 hours there. It's a good game right there. That's good stuff. Good job by both pitchers there today.